Alright, hello everybody. Today we're going to be taking a tour of my dad's rental car. A 2019 Chevy Traverse LT. This was a free upgrade from Enterprise because they didn't have any of their small cars yet. So here's what the back looks like. It's black. My dad likes these in white, but you know, it's just a rental car. Like most GM vehicles, it's completely keyless. Just has the fob here. So we will go ahead and start it up. As you can see, the vehicle is totally keyless, even meaning that it has a remote start function. So another cool thing about this car that I said, it's totally keyless. If we just have the key here in my pocket, we can open all 4 doors, including the trunk, with these little buttons. See, right now I just locked it again. And then by pressing it again, we can unlock the driver's door and all other doors. And of course from the back, you can unlock and lock all the doors. So coming inside, it is a black leather interior, as you can see here. LED lights, including, there's the Bose audio system, little lights down there for at night. It's I believe, a 10-way power driver seat with lumbar, back adjustment, and then your height, of course. So actually, it would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yep, 10-way on both the driver and passenger. Nice looking steering wheel. So, let's go ahead and start it up. Gauges do their little sweep, as you can see there. It's pretty cool. Here's what the car looks like all lit up. So, we'll go ahead and we will roll down the driver's automatic window. The driver's window is also automatic up. All 4 windows are automatic down, but only the driver's one is automatic up, as you can see. So, what we will do is we will cut on the headlights. We can do the brights here, which are kind of an interesting little system. Instead of pushing back to keep them on, you just bump them, and they stay on, see? And then to turn them on, just bump the stock back. We cannot have the fog lights on at the same time, though. So, first we'll look at the brights. This is with the brights. And it has been raining a little bit, as you can see. Rear tail lights are nice and bright. There's the backup camera that you'll see in a minute. Now we will kick off the brights and turn on the fog lights. And down here are your fog lights. See, the headlights are very bright and effective. Put them back on auto. And then, of course, if you just do this, you can turn on just the automatic lights, which is pretty nice. So we'll just keep that on. This is, oh, when this is on, I believe you can, okay, I thought you could control maybe the brightness with this. Ah, you can. Cool. Okay, so moving inside, start over here. We have our power mirror controls. A little sluggish. Not sure what this is. Oh, that's for the power lift gate. Okay, so we can disable the power lift gate switch. Oh, that's for the power lift gate. Cool. I never noticed that. So, here we have the steering wheel. Very nice steering wheel, as you can see. Very tight steering. This has, I believe, a 5-speed transmission with the low gear selection. Drive and park. Gets more. And also, there's a full backup camera here, as you can see, and it says the door open. And what you can do is, as you turn the steering wheel, the lines not only adjust, that little image of the wheels adjusts with you. Look at that, see? It's a pretty cool little feature. So, oh yeah, should mention this. The parking brake is, you can hear it, electronic. Not a fan of that. I really don't like that. Here you have your 2-wheel drive switch. Put it in all-wheel drive there, or back into 2-wheel drive. Here we have the digital audio system. Go to audio. Alright, I forgot to mention something to you guys. Oops. So I didn't mention this when I was doing the car tour. If you hit this button here, watch this. Yeah, there's like a storage cubby in there. And that in there. And then we close. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. And I guess the screen will just stay up now until I... Can you do it while it's off? Oh, cool, you can. This car has 8,000 miles on it. That's it for this little clip. Oh, I should prove a tune. Oh, the headlights just kicked on, the automatic lights. And it's got the Bose audio system. So it's pretty good. You can hear. Does have OnStar. Another thing I find interesting, check this out. If you put that little switch up, you actually get a view behind you of what you can see. And then there's just the regular mirror. It's a very cool system. Here you have your garage door buttons as well as some LED lights, which I don't really like. One thing I don't like about this car, look at how cheap these sun visors are. Like, look how thin these are. I mean, they're like they just feel like they could break. They're really cheaping out on that. Another thing, this is because we're in an American car, we can like lift the headliner. So let's look at climate controls. Actually, before we do that, you need to see what's under the hood. I actually haven't shown that. This vehicle has a 3.6 liter V6 engine, as you can see down there. Up there, right there. And there's your big engine cover right there. Small engine bay, but you know. So now we'll look at the climate control. So you can turn it on here, and of course you can select your zones, whether you want upper and lower, you know, all that. Lower defrost, rear defrost, kick on the heated seat, max. You can adjust, we have dual zone climate control, so I can make this side really cold, and I can make this side really high, and it also shows on there, which is pretty cool. And then we can adjust our fan settings, of course. Also adjusts on that blue light. Something that's nice, actually, is that if you hit sync, the passengers automatically switches to the drivers. Not only that, but that also syncs the rear vents with this. So if you want to turn everything in the vehicle up, you can hear it goes on back there, too. Here we have our 3-stage heated seats for both the front and the back, or the passenger and the driver, excuse me. And then, of course, when I switch it, it adjusts, and then once the passenger switches theirs, it goes out of sync. I'm going to keep that on, only because we're going to use that. I'll keep them both on 70, just for that purpose. And of course you have your AC there, all that jazz. Let's look. Here's the glove box. 2019 Traverse Owner's Manual. Little speakers up here, and what I find interesting, there's actually little speakers back there in the second row too, so you can talk through the hands-free without actually doing anything. And actually, I should have shown, if you look back here, there's actually buttons behind the steering wheel. What these buttons do, there it is this one controls the volume, this one controls the tunage, our favorites, you know. One thing I didn't show, this vehicle has a full tilting and telescoping steering wheel, up or down, or in and out. Turn signal stocks over here, which are just the turn signal stocks, and the brights. Unlike in some GM vehicles, we actually have the wipers over here. And then, of course, you can do that. It does have the intermittent wiper controls. Rear wiper back there. Pretty cool. One thing I do have to get used to is you actually go up to turn the wipers on, as opposed to down. Down is like the courtesy wipe type deal. And we can do this.
Say a command or say help.
69 degrees.
Playing track 69. There is no content of this type available.
Let's try something else.
Say a command or say help.
Turn on 101.7 FM.
Say the Sirius XM channel name or number you want to. Speech session ended.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Okay, I gotta figure out how to use her. Anyways, let's rev this engine so you guys can hear it. One thing I do like is that it makes almost no noise in the vehicle at all. So, with that, oh, we didn't show this. Oh, there's a light in there too, and a little tray. So let's move into the back of the vehicle now. And I will go ahead and I'll kill the vehicle too. Oh. Roll the window up. Let's come back here. Huge rear door. So here we have the second row of seats with armrests, of course. And these seats actually do move back and forth quite a considerable amount. Seatbelts here, and there's also these little loop things you can put the seatbelt through, which I didn't bother, to hold the seatbelt in place so you don't have to reach back here and get it every time. Cup holders in the door. Oh, we need to show climate control. Okay. Actually, where's the key fob? Oh, shoot. Yeah, see, the key fob and the remote start is kind of confusing. And because it's telling me the key fob is on the inside of the vehicle. See, it's a little confusing at first, but we actually do have to start it up again. Just to show the climate control. Sorry about that. So the way that this works is you adjust your temperature or speeds. Auto, if you want to choose that. Choose your modes. Your temperature. And then if we sync, then also does it back here. And if we do this, it does kill it, but then when the driver adjusts it, oh, because I clicked it on sync. There it goes. That's how that works. So, seat pockets back here. Headrests go up and down using these little buttons. Headrests back here are adjustable a little bit. So, with that said, let's move into the third row. Make sure I don't leave the keys in the car. Darn it, the radio's still on. If you open the driver's door, that's what cancels the radio. And why are we have headlights still on? Off. Okay, so it is worth noting the third row of seats is not as comfortable as the second row by any means. Basically what you do, make sure this is up and then just pull this lever. Alright everyone, so there's actually a feature I forgot to show you. So if we look on this side, the only way to get to the back seat would be to do this, right? Okay, now, how do the third row passengers get out? Good question. There's actually a lever on only the right side. You pull it, and the back seat goes forward like that. So that way, you can get in, much more space than just folding the back down. Get in, and pull the seat back down. That way the passengers actually have a way to get out. Push that forward. Now, it would be a little bit harder if you have the seatbelt hooked in this little hook, because you'd have to climb over the seatbelt. So I would say, don't keep it hooked in on that side, but keep it hooked in on that side. So, see plenty of room, step out. Only obstruction would be if the seatbelt were like that. But then, once you're out, push the seat right back, and you're good. Then you can weasel your way back here to the third row. There's no strap to pull this up, you just have to hope that you're able to. Now this seat is in a normal position and I have just a little bit of legroom and I'm only 5'2". If we scoot the seat back all the way, my knees are up against it. So this is definitely meant for smaller kids. And another thing, you can honestly, if you're not that large, you can get out through the middle. You don't always need all that space. Here's what the rear seat looks like. It's raining. USB ports on the other side. So, what I'm actually... Well, now it's really raining. What I'm actually going to do is move these down, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. Well, now it's really raining. Nice, huh? Well, we're going to film a car video in the rain, okay? Try not to get my camera wet all right here. So let's go into the trunk now that it's actually raining. You can open the trunk with the key, this button, or the button inside. But it is powered. It's a small trunk, storage under there. And what you can do back here is if you pull these, you can fold the seats down. So by doing that, look how much room you have. even with just having the third row down, you have a ton of space back here. And then, of course, to pull it back up, just grab the lever, pull. It is a little heavy, but just do that. They are not adjustable, unfortunately. What it does do is if you deuce this, it does sense that there is something in the way. It'll sit there until you close it again. So there's the power trunk. Now, if we use the feature that I found out, we do that. Now try this. Trunk is manual. Though you can tell that the trunk is not meant to be open and closed manually, as it doesn't sound great as you do it. If we get the key fob out, it shouldn't. Nope, because it's off. Now, if we switch it to 304, what is that going to do? Does that mean that I still can't open it using this? Nope, now it is auto. Okay. So what does that do that being on doesn't? I'm trying to figure out what the 3/4 function is. It might be that you don't close it using the button. Did that only open halfway? I don't think that opened all the way. What the? Oh, so you can adjust how much the back door opens depending on how tall you are. That is interesting. Here's what the other rear seat looks like before I get soaked, which I already kind of am. Rear seat. Now we'll move to the front and hopefully not get soaking wet, even though I'm already soaking wet. Kind of picked a bad time to make this video, but it's the only time I have that's free. We're assuming higher end models, this is probably wood. There's the lights. The lights are pretty cool, watch. Watch as they go off. Oh, well, they did something cooler before. Here's what it looks like from the driver's area. And actually, now would be a good time to test out the windshield wipers. So we can see how they work, but I won't do that. So anyways, that has been a full tour of the 2019, now it's quieting down, Chevy Equinox. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.